Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's an absolute beautiful day down here in Austin, Texas. I've been out riding for the past 3 or 4 hours. It's been an incredible day so far. So I wanted to go ahead and do something a bit different for y'all today. I've been getting an influx of Instagram DMs and YouTube comments, and while I try to answer every single question as best as I can, a lot of times because of time or whatever, I just can't get into as much detail as I'd like. So I'd like to go ahead and start doing a weekly, or at least bi-weekly Q&A, where I answer some questions that come in through Instagram DMs or YouTube comments, some of the best questions of the week, and it can be literally about whatever y'all want. But today I've got 3 great questions pertaining to Shopify dropshipping, ones that can absolutely help you no matter what stage you're in. So that's what we're gonna do today. But before we get into it, if you guys could please do me a huge favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here to help you guys create your own freedom lifestyle so you can have afternoons like this planned out however you want. And leave a comment down below. What do you think about doing these Q&As, or do you like the Motovlog style? And keep in mind that I choose a weekly coaching call giveaway winner based off of comments that come in throughout the week. And this week's winner is actually down in the description box below. So if you're the winner, make sure to go ahead and contact me, shoot me an email or an Instagram DM, and we can get your coaching call on the books. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, so the first question is actually a great question, and this is a question that many beginners that get this wrong spend a lot of money and a lot of time trying to figure this out, and they end up wasting a lot of money. By the way, if you ever come to Austin, Home Slice right there is some really good pizza. People come from all over to get some pizza from there. So the question is, how many products should you start your dropshipping store with? How many products should you have on your store before you actually start advertising with Facebook ads or Instagram DMs, whatever? And this is a great question. Now obviously it depends on what type of store you have. If you have a general store, you're gonna have more products than if you have a specific niche store. So we'll start with general store. With a general store, I recommend you actually have a lot of products. I recommend you have 200 to 300 plus products. Now this isn't to say that you can't go against my recommendation and not be successful. I know people with general stores with not many products that are successful, but based off of what I've seen with my successful students, my own experience, and then other people in this space, I recommend having at least 200 to 300 plus products. The whole point of having a general store is to be able to efficiently test many products and many different types of products. So what you want to do is you want to have many mid-level niches on your store, and within those mid-level niches you want to have many specific niches. And then what you're hoping is that, one, through advertising you can go ahead and test a lot of products very quickly, but the quick and easy and really cool way that you can find decent and winning products is by driving traffic to your store and then letting your customers go ahead and tell you what the decent and winning products are. If you drive traffic to your store for one product and then a customer goes and through an upsell or cross-sell or just buying another product, they get other products, that's going to tip you off on that you should test that product. Now, I can't tell you how many times I found decent and winning products by essentially just testing what customers are buying on my store. And that's the whole power of a general store. You're lacking with having an actual brand, having the power of a brand, and you're lacking with having that brand trust. But where you gain with the general store is the amount of products. So then mid-level niches is kind of the middle ground, and this is where I absolutely suggest starting with the mid-level niche. So take the mid-level niche of streetwear, for example. You're gonna have sunglasses, you're gonna have hats, you're gonna have shirts, pants, hoodies, whatever fits on your brand. And this can be, you know, applicable to any mid-level niche. You're gonna have many specific niches on there. So you're gonna be able to capitalize on being able to test many types of products just like a general store, but you're also going to be able to build out a brand and have the power of a brand. So with this, the biggest recommendation I can have is to fill out each specific niche and each collection page completely. One of the big mistakes I see a lot of beginners do is they'll have, say, sunglasses completely filled out, But then you'll go to hoodies and there'll be like 2 hoodies. That's going to kill your brand trust. So I recommend on the very bottom end, typically to have at least 60 products for a mid-level niche store. The average ends up being around 100 to 120, and then it can go up from there. You don't want to way overdo it, because then it's going to make it seem like your brand has zero focus. You want to still have focus, but you want to still have a lot of products that you're capitalizing on the power of that. So then with specific niche, you know, this is getting into very similar to how you would need to act with a single product store. Branding is absolutely everything. You need to make sure you have a very solid brand set up, and you need to make sure that you've done a very, very immense level of niche and product and supplier research. Because just like you'd have to with a single product store, you're banking on that the few products you do have on your store work. But, you know, with this, you could have anywhere from, you know, just a few products. You could even have a single product store for technically a specific niche, all the way up to, you know, 20 to 50, depending on what type of specific niche you go into. That's my recommendation for general stores. Have a lot. You're going to have a lot of work to do with adding a lot of products. But then mid-level niche, you're going to have kind of that middle ground. That's what I recommend. And then there's the specific niche where you don't need that much. All right, so the next question has to deal with returns. How should you handle returns with an AliExpress dropshipping store? And this is actually a very good question. And we're going to attack this with assuming we're talking only about AliExpress dropshipping, because this can change depending on if you're doing white labeling, private labeling. So we're going to only talk about AliExpress dropshipping. And my viewpoints changed on this over the last couple years. When I first got into dropshipping a couple years ago, it was very standard practice that if you had a return come in, assuming your product doesn't get very many refunds or returns, you essentially just bite the cost of that one return, one refund. You'll just go ahead and refund the customer, let them keep the product. But it didn't make much sense to go ahead and have them ship their product back to the Chinese supplier, ship it to you or whatever. Now, what I suggest and what I do is, unless it's a very cheap product, if it's cheap jewelry, man, these roads suck. Unless it's like cheap jewelry, with that, you're gonna go ahead and just bite the cost. It's not gonna make sense for you to go ahead and have the customer ship it to you, pay for shipping, and then you're gonna have to ship it out again. For a cheap product, you're gonna go ahead and just bite the cost. For a average price product and up, go ahead and have the customer ship it to your business PO box, or if you don't even have a PO box set up, go ahead and just have them ship it to your house. And then the next time you get an order for that product in a similar region to you, so if you're in the United States and you get an order for that product to a customer in the United States, then you'll go ahead and ship it straight from your house. Now the shipping time for that product is very quick. You can ship it out of your own custom packaging if you have that. But worst case scenario, you're just recycling the product. You're not then going ahead and shipping another product, buying another product from AliExpress. So that's what I recommend. If it fits in your margins, and this is what you need to figure out, if it fits within your margins to go ahead and pay for the shipping to come back to you and then you ship it out again, which tends to be fairly cheap, go ahead and just ship the product back to you, have the customer return the product to you, and then you'll recycle the product. You'll send it back out for the next order. All right, so for the last question, this one actually deals with Facebook ads, and I actually have a very strong viewpoint on this one. This one differs a lot from what other dropshippers actually believe. So as many of you know, I have relationships with a couple people that are actually employees of Facebook and actually work in the ad department. They're pretty high up, and they've debunked a lot of what I thought to be true with Facebook ads, and then they've also confirmed a lot of what I've believed to be true. So one thing to note before we get into what this question is that despite what many dropshippers think Facebook's just out to take your money. That doesn't make sense. If you're not making money using Facebook ads, you're losing money, you're not going to keep spending money with Facebook. Facebook wants you to be successful using their platform, their advertising platform, or you're not going to keep paying them for your ads. So a lot of times what Facebook recommends is what you should do. That's where I've talked all the time about how duplicating and different techniques like that completely goes against what Facebook recommends, and in the long run you most likely will not make as much money if you do those kind of off-the-wall practices. So the talk today is automatic placements or edit placements, and this is one that a lot of people I know choose to edit placements. I know most people don't ever use Audience Network or Messenger. Guys, I can't tell you how many times I get sales through the Audience Network and through Messenger. I almost always choose automatic placements unless there's a very specific reason why I should be editing the placements and choosing the placements, which rarely happens. I almost always choose automatic placements. Facebook is very intelligent on allocating the budget very efficiently in the most efficient manner to drive you the most sales. If you choose automatic placements, it's not like Facebook is going to go ahead and send 50% of your budget to Messenger. You know, with mine, it might only send 3% to Messenger, 7% to Audience Network, and then the rest to Facebook and Instagram. It knows how to effectively and efficiently allocate your budget. So with automatic placements, you're letting Facebook go ahead and through the learning process, best allocate your budget for the most sales at the cheapest cost. And it might take a couple days and it might take a little bit of time for it to learn what to do, but if you give it that learning process and you choose automatic placements, it's going to know where to best deliver your ad and who to best deliver it to. And this goes in with targeting and everything like that, and I can do a full video on this topic. The point here is that between automatic placements and edit placements, I almost always choose automatic placements, and I highly recommend you do the same. If you don't, you're leaving money on the table because you could be getting sales through the Audience Network and through Messenger. All right, guys, the traffic's getting pretty bad down here, so that's gonna pretty much wrap up this Q&A. I hope you all got some value out of this and enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know you actually like me doing these Q&As or like me doing motovlogs. I can definitely keep doing them for y'all if y'all want them. But please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all have an amazing week, a very productive week. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.